RBT family, what is the deal, man? It's your dog Willie Jack, and we are back, baby, back with more boxing talk, man. It's bonus boxing, man. It's bonus boxing. It's bonus boxing. We done had a lot going on, man. It's been a lot of fights. There's no other way to put it, man. A lot of disappointing fights. It's been a lot of news. It's been a little while. So what better time than to tap in with the fam? Tap in with the gang now. Tap in and see what's going on. Tap in and see how y'all felt about these weak-ass fights. Boy, I'll tell you what. For months, when I tell you months, myself, I'll just speak for myself. I was locked in. I couldn't wait for this past weekend of boxing, man. We had some of boxing's. We had the. I guess let's say we had the highest, I guess, the most popular young fighters in today's boxing game. All of them, relatively speaking, right? But all of them on the same card. Supposed to be this whole big to-do in New York City, in Times Square, outside. Boom, boom, boom. All this, right? And then that was going on in the same weekend that we were also going to get to see Canelo fight. Now, the guy he was fighting, none of us knew. But we still expected just to see Canelo put on the show to give us a nice teaser, nice appetizer, you know what I'm saying, on the way to the Bud Crawford mega fight. That was a dud, right? And then, of course, the only good fight of the weekend, and I guess what really kind of saved the weekend as far as boxing is concerned, is Monster Anyway, man. Shout out to Monster Anyway. Shout out to my dog, brother Red, man, Joseph Kenny. You know what I'm saying? He got at me in the chat, man. We was talking about his boy Monster Anyway. My dog, brother Red, man, he put me on Monster Anyway probably like 4 years ago. Like when only him and Al Bernstein were watching bantamweights. It was the only guy that I knew talking about Monster Anyway. He tried to put me on game back then. And back then, first thing I said was, man, I take him serious. If he move up and fight somebody like Stephen Fulton, I'll take him serious. And then little did we know it. I think, 2 years later, he went up and put the beats on Stephen Fulton as well. Hey, I got what I asked for, man. Matter of fact, hey, Stephen Fulton, man, I'm sorry, man. I shouldn't have put that in the air for you, big dog. I shouldn't have put that in the air for you. But be that as it may, man, he did deliver, an exciting fight. You know what I'm saying? Ended in highlight fashion. He gets a TKO stoppage, right? Some fireworks in the fight. We'll get into all of that for sure. But yeah, no, man. All in all, it was a dud. It was a dud, man. It was a dud. So yeah, we got to talk about it, man. Like I said, it was a few of y'all, you know what I'm saying, hollered at me offline, you know what I'm saying? My dog, Brother Red, my dog, Ryan Doxley, you know what I'm saying? My dog, Keandre, man. Hey, man, it was a few of y'all like, hey, man, it's been enough. It's time to talk a little boxing, man. So, hey, here we are, man. Here we are. But let me see who done popped up on your dog. Hey, sis in the building, man. First one in the chat. Hey, this might be the first time you've been first in the chat now. She said, what's going on, RBT family? What's going on? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Mom Duke's in the building. What's going on? Good evening, everybody. What's BNF? What's BNF? I don't know. See, now, hold on. Don't be in there trying to be too cool now. You might be in here you're in here supporting the wrong channel. Who's BNF? BNF? Hey, I appreciate you anyway. Have a blessed show as always. You know what's going on. Actually know what's going on. Sis said she tuned in and watched a couple of the fights and it was not a mute. Yeah. If you're not a dedicated boxing fan and you just want to kind of watch sporadically, if this weekend's fights were the first fights you tuned in for a while, then yeah, you might not watch no boxing for a long time, man. It was rough watching. It was a rough watch all night long, man. All night long. Hey, there he is, man. Shout out to my dog, man. Keandre, man. Cat Mothership in the building, man. What's going on, man? Hey, come on, man. Come through, man. Right back like we left something, man. Hey, man, the comments on the way, man. Let's go. Shout out to my dog. Yeah, let's go. I said you was finna follow up. Yeah, we back in this thing though, man. But no, man, this was, man, I was so disappointed, dog. I'm telling you, man, I couldn't wait to look forward to this. You know what I mean? Oh, man, hold on, man. Big Cuz in the thing as well. Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on, family? Man, dog, I was so disappointed. this last weekend's boxing was so disappointing, dog. You know what I'm saying? My dog Keandre that hit me up a couple of, you know what I'm saying, a couple of them members that hit your boy up, man. You know what I'm saying? We was all talking about it. I was like, yeah. And then my dog Keandre's like, man, you know what? It's not a little time for a show. I said, you know what? You right, man. And here we are. Here we are. You watched them fights last weekend? Because let me know, man. Let me know. We definitely going to talk about it. But yeah, man, I see a few of y'all in here, man. Appreciate y'all. Everybody hit that like button, man, and drop some in the chat, man. Holla at your dog, man. So we just going to go ahead and get into it, man. Trillionaire Turki to trick this off, man. Trillionaire Turki to trick it off. Let me tell you why I say that. So if you don't know who I'm talking about Trillionaire Turki, all right? That's that Arab money. You know what I'm saying? That's Saudi's favorite prince, okay? Turki al-Sheikh, the man who showed up and threw $1 million at everybody and said, fight. You know what I mean? Who's been giving us matchups that we want to see. You know what I mean? So he's been really taking the excuse of money away from a lot of these big fights over these last few years that haven't got made. Well, Turki just showed up with the bag and said, I don't give a damn what it costs. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see somebody fight. And so I like Turki. I still like Turki. I like what he's doing for the sport because he is still pushing the issue. Now, this last weekend was just a flat out fail, man. Flat out dud. So getting into those matchups, I think essentially, let's say the main card or whatever. Let's jump right into it. So night opens up with Teofimo Lopez and his fight. Now, here's the thing about it, man. That whole weekend and that whole crop of fights have been getting a bad rap, and deservedly so. But the truth is that Teofimo looked good. Teofimo looked good in his fight, honestly. And it was one of those nights in which, like, it wasn't spectacular, so to say, but it was very good, very sharp. Like, it wasn't a bad fight. You know what I mean? It just wasn't what the hype led us up to be. And then we go from that Teofimo fight to the Devin Haney fight. My God. Hey, man. And this is the thing. I'm a Devin Haney fan. I am. I'm a Devin Haney fan. I've defended him on my channel. I've sung his praises. I don't care what nobody say. I think he beat Lomachenko. I don't think it was a steal. It wasn't a robbery. He beat Lomachenko. I think he beat Lomachenko. Facts. And I know people didn't even want to let him have the credit for that victory. I think he won that fight. Flat out. I really appreciate what he did to even get those titles, going to Australia twice, facing George Kambosos, washing them. 24 rounds. It was probably 24-0 across two fights. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that. What he did when he moved up, went and fought Regis Prograis and put the beats on Regis Prograis. Put the real beats on Regis Prograis. Knocked him down and everything. This is the second time in Regis Prograis' career he's been knocked down. You know what I mean? So I'm a fan of Devin Haney. I was cheering for Haney when he fought Ryan Garcia the first time. I really wanted him to just, you know what I'm saying, put it on Ryan Garcia and just shut Ryan Garcia up because he was getting on my nerves. And then instead he goes out there and gets his jaw obliterated. You know what I mean? But even the thing about that fight, if it was a round, any round that he didn't get knocked down in, he won, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? When I scored the fight, essentially that's how it went. But be that as it may, got his doors blown off, man, flat out. Then, of course, as we know, we get the whole PED scandal, the Osterine scandal behind that with Ryan Garcia. Was he on PEDs? Was he not? Did he do it intentionally? Did he not? Well, it was only a little bit, so should it really matter? You know, people are having all these conversations, right? And so, of course, that led to a year-long suspension for Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney and his team, I don't know who advised them to do this. They sued Devin Haney for assault and battery. See, that's too far, man. Even if you wanted to sue him for messing up your bag for some style of like financial, I guess, and that was the point of it. But nah, man, don't tell me you a fighter, boxer, whatever. Don't have no paperwork where you suing another fighter for whooping your ass, man. It comes with the job, dog. Like that, like I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't agree with that necessarily, but it is what it is. So anyway, so we have all this build up. The rematch, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. We dropped the lawsuit. We agreed to the rematch. Instead of just making the match, Turki and the team, they come up with this grand idea. We'll have Cinco de Mayo weekend, New York. Yeah, Central Park, Madison Square, wherever it was, man. Wherever it was, because it wasn't no good. Times Square, there we go. We'll make it a whole show. We'll string it out. You know what I mean? And then what do? All that playing around, you blow the bag, man. You trick the bag off. Devin Haney looked, and this is the thing about it, and I don't want to. Matter of fact, let me change my. Yeah, there we go. So this is the thing about it, like that Devin Haney fight. Now he won. He probably swept dude. It was boring, right? And he ran. I don't like saying that because I appreciate like skillful tactical movement. You know what I mean? Like I can appreciate that part of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't like saying guys ran because I think sometimes people use that too loosely. And like, no, sometimes the guy's not running. It makes sense tactically. You know what I'm saying? Like he's using footwork skillfully. Now he ran, man. He looked scared. He was jittery. You know what I mean? Like he was jittery. He was all over the place. He was just really scared and hesitant to really let his hands go. Not even jab. And the thing about that is, Devin Haney has one of the best jabs in boxing. Legitimately. Now, his last fight with Ryan Garcia, you know what I'm saying? He kept getting his block knocked off. You know what I mean? Because he lances with that jab, and Ryan kept timing him to a T, boy, and putting it right on the button. But outside of that, before that or outside of that, Devin Haney has a fantastic jab. He was scared to even let that go. You know what I mean? And so a very poor showing. And then the culmination of the night, Ryan Garcia gets teed up with what should be a showcase and exhibition style fireworks field match with Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero was set up in this fight to be not even, I was gonna say lovable loser, but not many people love Rolly. But the not so lovable loser. He was just supposed to be the guy that's not scared to go in there, trade some shots before he gets knocked out before the end of the night. Like that was the game plan. You know what I mean? That was the game plan. And instead, what happens? Ryan Garcia goes out there and gets kaplooied in the second round. Rolly Romero put 2 on his chin and sent him packing. Put him on his pockets. And Ryan Garcia never recovered. He never recovered. He was shook. He was flat out shook, lost all confidence. And you know what? This is a credit to Rolly Romero. Because there's a lot of things we can say about Rolly Romero as far as his skill or talent level or the way he talks. There's a lot of stuff we can say about him. One thing we can't take away from Rolly Romero, he's got real power now. He's got real deal punching power. And he's built like a tank. He's ripped. You know what I'm saying? Like he's one of the more muscled boxers that you'll see. Generally speaking, boxers are more so lean and cut, especially in the lower weight classes, but it's more so about being lean, quick, flexible, able to move, agility. You know what I mean? Now, there's been guys that are kind of more muscled up or muscly guys. An easy one would be like Mike Tyson or even Roy Jones Jr. back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Roy Jones Jr. was shredded. Looked like a part-time bodybuilder. You know what I mean? Like Rolly's got a very stout cut build. So he's a solid built dude. And he's got real power. And Tank Davis gave him credit for his power. Tank Davis said, I think Tank Davis said that Rolly Romero is the hardest puncher he's faced. If not the hardest, he definitely said one of the hardest potentially. But Rolly's power is not in question. And so when I seen him go out there and tag Ryan, it was a double left hook. The first one really, really did him. I mean, man, look, knocked all, just eyes went wide and blank. He just like, oh, like boom. And then he threw a second one, and that one took him off his feet. And what's funny about it is like I watched it, and I swear the first thing I thought was like, boy, that looked like Derrick Henry when he stiff-armed Josh Norman. I'm talking about left his feet sideways. Josh Norman was sideways in the air when he got stiff-armed by Derrick Henry in that highlight that's been historical, right? It's going to be on Derrick Henry's Hall of Fame reel. When Rolly Romero put Ryan Garcia on his pockets, he looked just like Josh Norman did in the air. Sideways in the air, off your feet. not in control of your own body until you hit the ground. That's what Rolly did to Ryan and scared that boy straight for the rest of the night, man. Scared him straight for the rest of the night. And especially in the second half of that fight for sure. Because I think that Ryan came out in the third and he still had a little juice. He was still trying to find it. I think even in that third and that fourth, we're okay. But I think as we really settled into the second half of that fight, and also another credit to Rolly Romero and his team, Rolly fought a fantastic fight. Rolly fought a fantastic, disciplined fight. He kept that right hand tucked under his chin religiously that whole night. He did not give Ryan Garcia that left hook. He did not get that opening. He kept that right hand tucked. He stayed behind his own jab, his own lead hand. He kept distance, kept him away. And when he did let go, man, he threw solid, strong shots. And just Ryan, the knock on Ryan, what Tank Davidson said, even Rolly Romero said, Devin Haney said it before their fight. Ryan Garcia is a left hook fighter, and that's about it. He throws hard, fast left hooks. Without that left hook, there's not a lot left. And that was proven true. Rolly Romero proved that true. Because just him keeping that right hand tucked in his chin, and he stumped Ryan Garcia for a whole evening. After he put him on his pockets. And then washed him. Period. Hold on, man. I've been talking. Let me catch up on my chat. Hold on. Hey, Keandre know what's going on. Beat the brakes off of him, man. Had the man crying in the car on the way home. Ryan Garcia showed up to Times Square in New York City, prime time, in the Batmobile. Not a replica. They say it was the original Batmobile. I don't know how true that is or not, but the man showed up in the Batmobile. I can't believe you didn't besmirch. Man, I can't believe you didn't went out there and got your face beat in, got your jaw hurt, got your feelings hurt in front of the public after pulling up in the Batmobile and then left in the back of a minivan crying, man. Come on, dog. Come on, man. Keandre, what you got for me? He said, remember that racist? Hey, exactly. And I don't care what nobody say. Ryan might be crazy. He ain't that crazy. No, I'm not even gonna call him crazy because that's an excuse. I'm not gonna give him that out. He knows exactly what he's doing, dog. He's in full control. He knows exactly what he's doing. And yeah, that racist shit, I ain't letting it fly either, bro. I ain't giving him no pass. And I hate that Devin, Tank, even Shadeur, they came out and gave him a pass. Man, I know Ryan, man. We came up, like they've all kind of in that same age range where they've all kind of came up together through the amateur ranks, etc. They all, well, a lot of them consider themselves, if not full-fledged friends, then, like respected colleagues at the most, or at the least, you know what I'm saying? But like guys came out and gave him the benefit of the doubt, and yeah, and that's cool. But no, I ain't got time for that, bro. Hell no. I ain't got no time for that. I ain't got no patience for that. Ain't no explaining that away. Like, nah, bro, you said exactly what you said. You know exactly what you said. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Which is another one of the reasons I wanted Devin Haney to beat his ass so bad. And then Devin out there and got decimated. He said Rolly as a 6-round underdog was disrespectful. No, I don't think it was crazy that Rolly was the underdog, man. Because, like, we got to remember who Rolly is. So, before, and shout out to Leonard Ellaby, man. Before Leonard Ellaby created Rolly Romero to sell a lot of tickets for Tank, before then, well, who was he? He was like 14-0. I think he did have 12 KOs. But he had been fighting. He was a prospect. He was a prospect coming up. So, he's fighting who prospects fight. So, I'm not even going to knock his resume up until that point. But even at that point before the magnificent job that Leonard Ellaby did in creating enough buzz and getting us to buy into that fight. And then credit to Rolly, because here's the thing we forget about that fight as well. Rolly looked damn good in that Tank fight up until the point he got knocked out. Up until the point he got stopped, he was winning that fight. He was winning that fight on points. And no matter how we feel about it, and yeah, Tank was buying his time and Tank is looking for his shot. And we know Tank concedes rounds early. We know that anyway. So it's not necessarily a surprise to me that Rolly was ahead early, but more so than just Tank conceding rounds, Rolly performed well. Rolly was performing well in that fight, but it only takes one. When you're a guy that has that type of equalizer, that type of nuclear option, like a Tank Davis does, like a Deontay Wilder does, like a Mike Tyson did, it only takes one. And the first mistake that Rolly made was the end of his night. But up to that point, he fought well. And then let's look at Rolly since then. Even when Rolly won a title at 140, it was against like a 47-year-old journeyman. And most people who saw the fight think he really whooped Rolly's ass. So he even got a gift decision against a legitimately, the man was 40 plus. I don't know if he was a full 47. He was 40 plus, legitimately. You know what I'm saying? He could drink and buy alcohol when Cash Money took over for the 99 and 2000s. I'm not playing. The man was about 47. And most people feel like he beat Rolly in that fight. Rolly gets a gift decision. They give him a title because they're trying to tee up and set him up for a fall against a named guy like a Ryan Garcia. Like, this is all, like I said, none of this stuff is by mistake. And so I believe, and I think that was his last fight. So coming off of that fight, because that's the last fight I'm thinking of right now on the spot when I saw Rolly. So coming off that fight, now he's fighting Ryan, who looked like the damn Terminator last time we saw him, right, against Devin Haney. He looked like an out of shape Terminator. He would take 2 rounds off to catch his breath, and then he would go and knock Devin Haney on his ass. Then he would take 2 more rounds off, catch his breath, and knock him down again. Like, that was the pacing of the fight. So last time we seen Ryan, shit, he's on top of the world, right? And so, like, the way these two names came together, I don't think anybody had any realistic expectation for Rolly to win this fight. And then even past that, even if Ryan didn't stop Rolly, nobody would have imagined that Rolly would just Rolly flat out outboxed Ryan. That's what's most concerning for me in this. Because if you tell me that Rolly's power found home and that he got that knockdown, or you know what I mean? Like, his power showed up, yeah, I'll give him that. He's got legit power. He does. But to tell me that Rolly won that fight, not just on the back of a knockdown, he flat out outboxed Ryan for 12 rounds. Period. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, hey, that was crazy. Hey, that's a fact. Hey, man. Hey, that's a fact, man. I'm telling you. Since 6 rounds, I mean, because honestly, because Rolly, I wouldn't have expected, like, I would have thought maybe I gave too much credit to Ryan and maybe not enough to Rolly. But yeah, because if you tell me that fight went 12 rounds, like, in my mind, I thought either Ryan would, I thought for sure Ryan would win. It was set up. This was an appetizer card just to reignite the juice for Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia too. So that's all this was. So Rolly was set up for the fall. He just didn't fall. Ryan didn't, you know what I'm saying? Ryan didn't keep up his end of the deal. But if that fight would have went 12 rounds, and if you'd have told me Ryan won that fight 9-3, 8-4, yeah. Like, I don't think anybody would have been surprised, right? Okay, yeah, so 6 rounds. So yeah, so let's say if he'd won that fight 9-3, I wouldn't have been surprised at all. Like, that's more or less what I would have expected. I would have expected that Rolly gets caught like he did against Tank, and Ryan he's got enough juice, especially in that left hook, to put just about anybody down. So if Rolly gets loose, Ryan puts one on the button with that left hook, and Rolly goes down, that wouldn't have surprised me, right? And so I definitely could have seen that card being 9-3 going into it, like, you know what I mean? So I don't think it was completely out the way. Just based on just what we know about Rolly, and then the last time we had seen Ryan Garcia, and the fact that we know in boxing and you know what, maybe this is also a credit to Turki, because I can tell you right now, if that was a PBC card, Rolly would have still lost that fight. If that was a PBC card, Ryan would have won that fight on points. If that was a PBC, I'm gonna say it 3 times to make sure y'all heard me. If that was a PBC fight, Ryan Garcia would have won that fight on points. Because PBC ain't messing up that bag. PBC ain't gonna let that bag get tricked off like it did, bro. PBC wasn't gonna let that happen. I'm convinced. Hey, my dog, time in this thing, man. Yeah, hey, no, hey, Rolly's not, but no, Rolly looked good, bro. Rolly outboxed Ryan. Rolly was sharp that night, bro. Rolly was sharp. Like, I credit to his corner, because I'm telling you, like, they came in with a real game plan, and because it's one thing to have a plan, because Derek James is Ryan Garcia's trainer. So I know Derek James gave him a plan. I know he did. And so Rolly stuck to his plan and Ryan didn't stick to his. And then here's another thing, Tom. Is Derek James the trainer we thought he was? And the reason I say that is because not that his fighter lost, Ryan Garcia. And I'm going to bring up the Errol Spence fight in this way because there's two things similar. Errol Spence was not able to adjust whenever plan A didn't work against Bud. He could not adjust at all. And I don't know if that's like, I don't know. That's definitely on him. But how much of that is on Derek James? And the reason I bring it up now for Derek James is because, well, now Ryan Garcia in this fight last night, it's one thing for Earl to be fighting Bud Crawford, best fighter in the world, and he can't figure him out. All right, that's one thing. But we got Ryan Garcia fighting Rolly Romero. We couldn't figure him out. The game plan wasn't strong enough coming in. And then even once we got there, we got knocked down in the second round. We can't adjust? Like, where's the adjustment? That's what I want to know. Like Derek James, man. Like, this is where you show your chops. Plan A goes off the rails. We out here on the verge of getting washed by a C-level fighter. We believe ourselves. If I'm in Ryan's corner, Ryan and his team feel like he's an A-level fighter. One of the young faces of boxing. And I even hate that term now, face of boxing. It got so overplayed and just, it's cringe now. But that's the level that Ryan was on the precipice of being on, or boxing media was putting him there, because boxing media is hungry for a star and a young star. Like, boxing's hungry for the next De La Hoya. Not the next Mayweather. Mayweather didn't get on until he was like 34. We forget. Mayweather fought for like 15 years and was in the background. He was behind De La Hoya and Roy Jones Jr. and Sugar Shane Mosley, Tyson, the night, you know what I'm saying? Like, Evander, he was behind all those guys. He wasn't a big a draw as these guys. You know what I mean? And the passing of that torch was his breakthrough fight with Oscar De La Hoya, in which he introduced the new character of Money Mayweather instead of Pretty Boy Floyd. But like I said, Floyd was damn near my age at that. Floyd was like 34. You know what I mean? De La Hoya, the golden boy, bro, he was on from like 20. Like, boxing's looking for a young star like that. They wanted to be Ryan Garcia really bad. You know what I mean? He fits that same mold. You know what I mean? But he ain't got the goods. But I got off topic. But the point of what I'm saying is there any thought that maybe is this also some type of indictment against Derek James as a trainer? That's what I want to know now. And I just thought of that now just talking to y'all. Because I want to know, why couldn't we adjust? Like, and I know he was in the corner screaming instructions. He was in the corner with Earl as well, screaming instructions, begging him to do something. But I'll give Earl that. I'll let Earl have that because it was Bud. I'm not going to let Derek James and Ryan Garcia have it, because we talk about goddamn Rolly Romero. We couldn't recover. We couldn't pivot on the fly against Rolly. Hey, man, that's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, it's definitely going to be on the guy that's in the ring for sure. It definitely is. But, hey, man, that's just, I don't know. I just thought about it now. Because where was the recovery? Why couldn't we figure something else out? That's what I want to know. And then also, man, now here's the fight that saved the weekend. So Friday, we get the stinker. That's Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Teofimo Lopez. Saturday, we get the stinker. That's Canelo. We'll talk about that in a second. But Sunday night, we get Monster Inoue, TKOing Edgar. Is it Edgar Cardenas? I believe it's Edgar Cardenas or Edward Cardenas, whoever. He gets KO'd in the 8th round. Now, this fight especially in the weekend when the bar was so low. That Friday fight just really just set the stage for a complete dud. The Saturday night fight with Canelo wasn't any better. You know what I mean? It wasn't any better at all. Another stinker, another dud, right? And then now we get Monster in the way coming over from Japan and fighting a guy. And this is, I'm gonna say it because it's true, but I don't want to knock him. But Cardenas, he's a part-time Uber driver. You know what I'm saying? And that's not necessarily meant to be a knock against him as a fighter, because he's obviously a talented fighter. He put Monster Anyway on his pockets. You know what I mean? He put Monster Anyway on his pockets with a hell of a shot. You know what I'm saying? A short inside left counter. You know what I'm saying? He slipped one and gave a short left right there, flush in the face, and put Monster on his pockets. Legitimately. You know what I mean? And so, and credit to Cardenas as well, because he went out there going for it, man. He went out there throwing leather. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't just there to show up and just be a guy and run around the ring. Nah, man. He went out there and fell on his sword. He went out there and down on his sword, so credit to him. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, he drops Monster. And then also credit to Monster as well, because Monster could have nut up as well. Monster could have pulled a Ryan Garcia. He got dropped in the second round. Both of them got dropped in the second round. Look at that coincidence, right? He got dropped in the second round. Monster could have nut up like Ryan and just thought maybe he would just coast and get the decision on his name. No, Monster went out there, rallied, and got it back in blood. Went out there, and Cardenas, he was competitive for the next couple rounds. I want to say around round 6, it was over. Monster hurt him. Monster hurt him damn good in that 6th round for sure. And then he ends up finishing him off in the 8th and gets the TKO. He gets waved off. And then I even see, I think Shakur Stevenson had commented that he didn't like that stoppage, but I think it was over. I think it was over. Maybe he wasn't. Yeah, no, I'm down. I don't hate it. It was over. But it at least gave us some style of excitement for a weekend that has so much promise. When's the last? Like, let's count the stars, man. When's the last time we saw so many boxing stars? I'm talking about legitimate stars. So many stars, not only on the same card, but fighting on the same weekend. Like, the names that we saw last weekend, those fights normally will be spaced out throughout the year. Like, boxing will fill the year with those fights. Teofimo Lopez fighting. Devin Haney fighting. Teofimo Lopez, he should be a 2-time undisputed world champion. 2-division undisputed champion. WBC Hold'em with the Lomachenko stuff. They gave that belt to Haney. He should be a 2-time undisputed, 2-division undisputed champion. Devin Haney, former undisputed champion. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia, pop star, but got an impressive no contest against Devin Haney, but still big name, star, right? Canelo Alvarez fought in the same weekend. Fought a bum, but Canelo's been fighting bums for the last 6 years. Canelo's last best opponent. No, you know what? I'll say Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant's legit. Outside of Caleb Plant in like the last 8 years, nobody that Caleb Plant and then Triple G. Those are the last 2 legitimate like high tier opponents for Canelo, right? But Canelo's fighting. It's always a big deal. Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, Canelo Alvarez, and Monster Anyway all fight in the same weekend. And we go 1 for 5. Only Monster delivered. Ryan got his ass embarrassed, got knocked down, and cried in the car on his way home to Rolly Dam Ramirez. Devin Haney ran for 12 rounds versus Jose Ramirez. And I don't say ran lightly. I already told y'all, I don't like saying that term because I really appreciate skillful, tactical footwork, maneuvering, because people use run too loosely. Nah, Devin Haney ran. Devin Haney ran for 12 rounds. I ain't gonna lie. He threw 70 punches all night. He threw 70 punches all night. I don't know if there was 100 total punches thrown in that fight. That's a dud. Right? And then now Teofimo gets lumped into that. It wasn't a spectacular performance by T.O. It wasn't, he didn't score a highlight knockout or anything like that. But T.O. was sharp. I do want to fix that and say T.O. was sharp, but he still took the L with everybody else. But he had a sharp performance. He looked good. Like I like what T.O. did. It just wasn't a fight that you write about. But yeah. Hey man, my dog D Will in the building, man. Derek, what's going on, man? My dog said as soon as they started streaming fights on the zone, boxing went to trash. Bro, it feels like it. Cause when's the last the zone fight that hit? Like, when's the last fight that the zone put on that was a banger? Because boy, it feels like all them hoes terrible. Man. I'm trying to think now on the spot, like, bro, I can't remember the zone fight that was legit. That was in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. I'm gonna think about it because you might be on to something, boy. Hey, you might be on to something. When HBO and Showtime boxing left, boxing ain't recovered yet. HBO left like 10 years ago. Showtime left 2 years ago. And boxing hasn't recovered yet. Now we got the zone with all these bullshit matchups. You might be on to something, bro. Hey, Derek, you might be on to something, dog. My dog Keandre said the announcers ruined the Canelo fight. They rolled, boom, like with public transportation. Yeah, and that's the thing too, man. I didn't like the scores in that one. So, Skull in that one, bro, like the scores were, it was 115, 113, 116, 112, and then a 109, or no, excuse me, 119, was it 119, 111, 119, 111, 119, 109, whatever that math is. But then that 119 card was wild. That 119 card was wild, bro. Like, I saw some people online even saying that they thought Skull won that fight. Now, I can't go that far. And I won't go that far. I'm not going to sacrifice seeing Bud and Canelo for the greater good of William Skull. Respectfully. Fuck out of here, man. Respectfully, dog. All right? Respectfully, man. And I appreciate what you did, homeboy. Because William Skull, the difference between William Skull and Devin Haney, because William Skull was also, he used a lot of movement. He used his feet, his footwork well. And you know what I mean? Like but it felt more controlled and tactical. Devin Haney, it looked frantic. Like, it looked frantic. Like a mouse trapped in the corner. You know what I mean? Like, it just, he didn't know where to go. He was right. So it was a difference there. Now, I'm not gonna say he won the fight, but you know, I think 115, 113. I mean, that's slim, but okay. 116, 112. I think is okay. I think 116, 112 is probably is probably okay. I don't hate the 115, 113, but the 119 card, nah, that's bullshit. That's that PBC judge. That 119 card is a PBC judge. I want to see his last 5 fights. They were probably PBC fights. And they probably all smell a little fishy. But yeah, man. BP, man, what's going on, man? Hey, I got you, big dog. Hey, I appreciate you tapping in, man. Shout out to my dog BP in the building, man. I appreciate you, big dog. Derek said Haney tier 2 in his book. Hey, Derek, hey, don't go nowhere yet, bro. Derek, don't go nowhere. We got to talk about this, bro. We got to talk about this. Devin Haney. Because this is what... Hold on, Derek. Derek gonna make... Look, man. Derek gonna make me take a drink. Hold on, man. We're gonna talk about this, Derek. Derek, don't go nowhere. Because we're gonna talk about this. Hold on, bro. All right, I had to get a little of that do it fluid in me. Derek. Devin Haney. By the age of 25, Devin Haney has been a two-division world champion, an undisputed world champion, and bro, he's got that lump. Like, well, okay. Let me gather myself, because I like tier two feels a little rough, because I'm thinking. Hold on. Let me think about this, Derek. I can't go tier 2. The man beat Lomachenko. Lomachenko may never fight again because it feels like he's half retired. You know what I mean? He may never fight again. He beat Lomachenko. And I know some people said it was a robbery. I don't know how. When I watch a score to fight, he won. He flat out won the fight, bro. 7-5. It was a clear 7-5. It was a clear 7-5 for me. Devin Haney beat Lomachenko. Then he went to Australia twice and watched George Kambosos. Now, George Kambosos on his own, maybe that's not worth much. But let's not forget, that's the guy who beat the guy. George Kambosos was the guy who beat the guy. George Kambosos beat Teofimo. Teofimo beat Lomachenko. Devin Haney beat them both. And the conditions in which he did it. Then he came back. He tried to fight Shakur Stevenson. Shakur, I think, played himself. And I love Shakur Stevenson. I'm a big Shakur Stevenson fan. I think he played himself with that Devin Haney fight. You know what I mean? I think he really did. I think that was a missed opportunity. But he, like, Devin doesn't duck no smoke. He got in the ring with Lomachenko. He got in the ring with Kambosos. He got in the ring. He tried to get in the ring with Shakur. Boys been running for Shakur since 2022. Devin tried to get in the ring with him. And when he didn't get in the ring with Shakur, he moved up. And he didn't move up and fight a scrub. Bro, he moved up and fought Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis is not a tier 1 fighter. Regis Prograis is a legit fighter. Y'all might not know enough about Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis is legit. Regis Prograis had one loss on his record. He was a champion. He only had one loss. The loss that Regis Prograis had, I saw the fight. He fought Josh Taylor before Josh Taylor was undisputed. He fought Josh Taylor, I think, for one of those belts. When one of those belts was vacant before Josh Taylor ended up getting all the belts, he fought a nail-biter fight with Josh Taylor. If y'all haven't seen it, it's worth going back and watch on YouTube. Good-ass fight. He almost beat Josh Taylor. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's his only loss. And I think he'd only been knocked down one time. Did Josh Taylor knock him down? I can't remember. Prograis, I say all that to say, Regis Prograis is a real fighter. Devin Haney beat Regis Prograis ass. And he dropped him. Pillow fist Devin. Pillow hands Haney dropped Regis Prograis. Come on, man. We don't give enough credit to that Regis Prograis win. He went up in weight. His first fight at that weight, he's fighting a legitimate champion. Regis could scrap, dog. Regis is a fighter, man. Regis is a fighter, bro. And he put paws on Regis. He could have stopped Regis. He doesn't have that killer instinct. That's just not in him because he knows what he is. He's a skillful technical fighter, but he doesn't have hammers. So he didn't even know how to, he didn't even capitalize. He could have stopped Regis Prograis, bro. I'm telling y'all right now. He could have stopped Regis Prograis. And then he went and fought Ryan. Ryan, who missed weight. Ryan came in damn near 2 weight classes heavier than Devin. Had steroids in his system. Y'all can say it y'all want to. It was a lot or a little. I don't give a damn what it was. It was steroids. Well, it was only a little bit. I don't give a shit. It was steroids. After he missed weight. You know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, he got his ass beat. He got dropped 3 times. He got up every time. Ryan took a knee and quit looking at eye level with Tank's waist. Just looked at him, scared to get up, and stayed down. Devin got his chin cracked 3 times and got up every time. And then honestly, when you watch the fight, when I watched it, if he, in any round that he didn't get dropped, he won the round. Like, bro, I don't know, man. Undisputed 2-time, man, look, 2 division champion, undisputed champion. A victory against Vasyl Lomachenko? I can't call him tier 2, man. I don't know, dog. That feels a little harsh, Derek. That feels a little harsh, dog. Devin Haney has probably a top 5 jab in boxing. Devin Haney, Lil Charlo. I think Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri Bivol might got the best jab in boxing. But dog, he's got like a top 3 or 4 jab in boxing. Like, I don't know, man. That feels a little harsh, dog. That feels a little harsh, dog. He said Skull lost by 2 rounds. Well, yeah, on one card. So on one card, there was one card 7-5. There was one card 8-4. Then there was the third card was 11-1. That's why I said that 11-1 judge, that's a PBC judge all day long. That 11-1 judge, that's a PBC judge. Like, I don't think he did enough to take the titles from Canelo. I don't think he did that. But he didn't get washed 11-1. That's crazy. That's crazy. 8-4, 7-5, I can get on board with both those. I can get on board with that. But 11-1, that's what I was talking about. That's the PBC judge. Ooh. If Skull is Floyd, he gets denied, and you might be right. You might be right. I ain't gonna lie to you. You may be right. You may be right, bruh. But the thing about it is, I don't want William Skull to get in the way of me seeing Canelo versus Bud. I don't care who say they don't want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see the fight. William Skull, I'm not trying to have you derail that, bruh. Hell no. Respectfully, take a seat, man. Respectfully, you got to take a seat, big dog. But you might be onto something, Keandre. You might be onto something, dog. You might be onto something. If instead of Canelo Alvarez, you know what I'm saying, if that was Robin Alvarez, you know what I'm saying, if that was Canelo Jones, yeah, he probably wins that fight. He probably wins that fight against Canelo Jones. But against Canelo Alvarez, with $100 million of Turkey's money behind him, yeah, nah, you ain't getting that. You ain't getting that off. Derek said, I don't think he beat Shakur, and he don't beat Garcia in a rematch. He need a dog, but I just can't give him the superstar power. No, and I agree with both those statements. I don't think he beat Shakur, and I think Devin's just a bad matchup for him. Like, you know what I mean? Like styles make fights. You know what I mean? Like, I just think stylistic. Like, I just don't like that matchup with him and Ryan. I don't, or at least not right now. And then especially seeing him now in his first action back, he was gunshot. You know what I mean? He was gunshot as well. So it doesn't look like he's conquered or adjusted or he's ready to move forward in the rematch now with a new aura, a new ability, or a new confidence about himself. Like, nah, he's still feeling the effects of that ass whooping, man. So you're right there. But man, dog, it's hard to say he's tier 2. Because tier 2 is Rolly. Like, Rolly's tier 2. I can't have Devin Haney, an undisputed 2-weight class division champion with a victory over Lomachenko. I can't have him in the same tier with Rolly Romero. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rolly's tier 2. So I can't have Devin and Rolly in the same tier. I just can't. I can't do it, man. But I agree, though. I don't think he beats Shakur, and I don't think he beats Ryan. I don't. I don't think that Ryan matchup is a good matchup for him. Now, this is interesting. Because some people were talking okay, well, should Haney fight Rolly next? And honestly, he might beat Haney. Or excuse me, he might beat Rolly. Just because I think Devin Haney is a fantastic boxer. But he is a true, pure boxer. You know what I mean? He's not a boxer puncher. You know what I mean? That's a difference. A guy like Bud Crawford, he's a boxer puncher. He's a true, pure boxer. And he's not a slick boxer. He's not Sweet Pea. He's not Pernell Whitaker. You know what I mean? He's not Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson I would consider like more of a slick boxer as well. He's not either one of those multifaceted fighters. He's just a pure boxer. You know what I mean? He's a pure boxer. He's got good footwork. He's got good enough hand speed. He's got a fantastic jab when he uses it. And honestly, I think he's a decent counterpuncher for the most part, but he just doesn't have much power. But no, I mean, he's a fantastic boxer. And so now that's the thing, I was gonna say, I don't even know if I want to call him chinny, because Ryan's got power. So if you get dropped by a guy with legitimate power, it doesn't make you chinny. So even if he gets dropped by Rolly, I don't think that would make him chinny. Rolly's got power. My dog Miles in the building, man. He said, yeah, Rolly's got heavy hands. Boy, he's got heavy, man, look. Rolly's got a lot of stuff wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? They say the boy chewed on 8 crowns until middle school. I don't know how true that stuff. I don't know. But I tell you what, though, boy, he's got dynamite in his hands, boy. He's got boulders in his hands. He's got bricks in them gloves. That's for sure. Now, Haney and Rolly interesting though, Derek. I'm not gonna lie, man. Cause I would like I can see Devin outboxing Rolly. Rolly outboxed Ryan Garcia to a victory. Rolly will not outbox Devin Haney. Not Devin Haney if he gets his confidence back. Because this Devin Haney shit, I don't know. No, he probably still does. Because I don't know if Rolly could cut the ring off the way Devin was running against Ramirez. Because Ramirez couldn't cut the ring off. And Ramirez also didn't let his hands go either. That fight was there for the taking. And Jose Ramirez couldn't capitalize. You know what I mean? So like Jose Ramirez is another guy. He's a tier two fighter. Like a Mario Barrios. Like these guys are tier 2. Like I can't put Devin Haney. Devin Haney's a level above those guys, man. Devin Haney's a level above those guys. I'm not gonna lie, man. You make a good point though. You make a good point. I'm not gonna lie. You make a good point there. Now I'll tell y'all the fight I want to talk about. Did anybody watch the Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn fight? Did anybody watch that fight? My God. If you didn't watch that fight, and I don't want to say this lightly, you missed an all-time classic war. This was an all-time classic fight. And I watched the fight, of course. I ain't gonna lie. I've watched that fight 3 times. I watched it, I rewatched it, and then I watched it again. That was a fantastic fight, bro. And I'll tell you what, when I was watching the fight, I said, this is what I said to myself. I said, self, this is the best fight I've seen, or at least one of my favorite fights that I've seen since Keith Thurman versus Sean Porter. When Keith Thurman fought Sean Porter, and I want to say this had to be like, man, 2015, 2016, maybe, right? Somewhere in there. Keith Thurman versus Sean Porter 1 was a fantastic fight. I like the matchups, and these matchups reminded me of that as well. Keith Thurman's a boxer puncher. Sean Porter is a brawler, a pressure fighter. Same matchup styles in this fight. Chris Eubank Jr. is a boxer puncher. Conor Benn is an aggressive pressure fighter, brawler, so to say, a guy that gets rough. So it was the same style of matchup, and they just went at it, bro. It was a fit, man. That's boxing, bro. That was if you're a person that just wants to see 2 dudes throwing hands, like they remind you of high school lunchroom fights, a high school fight in the cafeteria, where just 2 dudes just letting them go. Like that was this Chris Eubank and Conor Benn fight. But it's the fight of the year. And we got a lot of year left. It's the fight of the year. Because I don't know, unless Bud goes out there and puts on a master class against Canelo, I can't imagine there's going to be a better fight the rest of this year than Chris Eubanks and Conor Benn. That was a war. A legitimate war. And it was a close-ass fight. Like, I scored it. I scored most of the fights. I scored it 115-113 for Eubanks. So that's 7-5. This is the type of fight I noted 3 swing rounds, but honestly, the rounds were so close that arguably 7 or 8 of those rounds could be considered swing rounds for some people. Like, this is the type of fight, like, if you go round for round and compare scores with people, like, the score is going to be all over the place, or at least the round distribution is going to be all over the place because the rounds were so close. You know what I'm saying? No, that was a fantastic fight, man. That was a fantastic fight. And I know a lot of y'all in here say y'all boxing fans, boy. I hope y'all seen it. If you didn't see it, go find it, man. It's on YouTube. And shout out to Turkey Al-Sheikh, man. Shout out to Trillionaire Turki, because he purchased Ring Magazine, and Ring Magazine is putting those fights up full fight on YouTube on their Ring Magazine page. It's not a bad copy. It's not a bootleg copy. You know what I'm saying? It's not ultra zoomed in. It's TV copy. You can rewatch these fights on Ring Magazine YouTube page. That's the last free promo they get. But I want y'all to go see that damn Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. fight. I want to know what somebody thinks. That's a fight, bro. That's an excellent damn fight. Yeah, my favorite fight. I'm telling you, it's one of my top 5 favorite fights of the last 10 years, dating back to Keith Thurman versus Sean Spence. This fight is up there with that. The Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence fight wasn't a war like that, but it was just one of my favorite fights because Bud whooped all the shit. Man, look. Bud done put Errol Spence in retirement. Errol Spence been retired for 3 years unofficially. He keep hinting about coming back, but I can't see it. I can't see it. He ain't got no trainer. He can't find an opponent. And honestly, bro, I just don't know, man. I think it's over for him. It's a wrap. But no, that was a fantastic fight, man. That was a fantastic fight. That's the fight of the year. That's the fight of the year for sure. Fight of the year for sure. Now, and you know what? I was going to say, well, yeah, I guess I'll put it up. We already talked about that William Skull fight a little bit, but now the Canelo and Bud fight is now official. So now that he officially won the fight against William Skull, and shout out to my dog Keandre, man, because he might have a point. If he fights that fight not against Canelo Alvarez, he very well may have won that fight on points. He very well may have, honestly. Like I can see an avenue in which that would have been the case. But it is what it is. I'm sorry you had to be the sacrificial lamb, William Skull. But now I need this Bud and Canelo in the clear. It is in the clear. You know what I'm saying? Bud got in the ring. He's about an inch and a half taller than Canelo. And honestly, Canelo's broader. Canelo's broader across the chest. He's got wider shoulders. But I ain't gonna lie, man. Looking at them two standing in front of each other, I didn't see 2 weight classes worth of weight difference between the two of them. I'll tell you that right now. I didn't see 2 classes between the two of them. And I know Bud's definitely heavier than he is, you know what I'm saying, assuming he's going to be fighting at those weight classes. But just even still, like, nah, man. That's going to be, this is more, or at least size-wise, this is going to be more evenly matched than we expect. Now, I do think Canelo's going to have the edge in power just because, I mean, he's been sitting at 168 going into the ring, probably closer to 185 for, 5 years now. And so, like, he's definitely settled into that weight. He's very strong at this weight. You know what I mean? So that's still going to be the biggest difference in the fight is Bud settling into his new 168-pound body. And, like, not only, like, how's his power translate? Now, Bud's carried his power up from 135 to 40 to 47. 54, he didn't get a knockout. But even still, and I think the critique on that 54 fight against Madrimov is a little overblown just because Madrimov is he's just an awkward fighter. Just an awkward fighter, it's an awkward style. We gave him too much credit for things that Bud didn't do versus the things that Madrimov actually did in that fight, in my opinion. But even still, man, I can't wait for this fight. I'm telling you right now, it's on a Friday. It's at the Raiders Stadium. I can't promise y'all, man, I might not be in the building, man. I ain't gonna lie to nobody. I'm thinking about it for real. I might just have to be in the building, man. Your boy might have to be in the building, man. I don't know. I'll let y'all know. But no, I still can't wait to see it. I'm definitely still pulling for my dog Bud, man, in the fight for sure. I think, man, I'm not gonna lie. I think Bud's a live dog in that fight, man. I think Bud can win that fight. I think it would definitely be, I mean, it's going to be a razor-thin decision. Probably a split decision. Because Canelo don't go nowhere without his PBC judge. So Bud might have to win that on a split decision. It may be 2 cards that are 7-5 for Bud. And then Canelo's card will be a 10-2 for Canelo. Kind of like it was in that Bivol fight. When Canelo fought Dimitri Bivol and got smoked. And then one judge randomly had Canelo winning that fight like 9-3, 10-2, just something crazy. So Canelo gonna have one in the tuck for sure. But I definitely think there's an avenue for Bud Crawford to win that fight by split decision, man. And I'm hoping it happens. I can't wait for sure. Now, oh man, and you know what? Man, we got in here, got to talking boxing. Hey, Miles, I don't know if you're still in the building, man. Did you see the news, man? I'm a pivot really quickly. Because I wanted to talk about this because it happened today. I meant to use this as the icebreaker to get us all going. But then we just jumped in and started talking boxing, so I didn't get to do it. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit. And you know what? Maybe we'll use this as a close. You know, maybe we'll use this to kind of wind it on down. There was a big trade today in the NFL. All right, there's a big trade today in the NFL, man. George Pickens, man. George Pickens, Steelers receiver, gets traded, man. Got traded to the Cowboys, and I'm sick. I'm sick. I cannot lie to y'all, man. I'm sick about it. And the writing was on the wall. If I'm being honest, the writing was on the wall. We knew it was coming. We traded a second-round pick for DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf and George Pickens. Now, in my mind, honestly, I don't think they're the same. They're not the same receiver. I don't care what nobody says. They're both like bigger body receivers. 6'3" plus. Over 200 pounds. Now, DK being a freak in his own lane, George ain't that big. But no, George is a big guy. But DK Metcalf, he's not an above the rim receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like, George excels above the rim. That's where he, you know what I'm saying? Like 50-50 balls or 80-20 balls when he's in the area. And he's acrobatic, crazy body control, contorts his body in air. Man, excellent contested catch. George Pickens, honestly, and it's not even biased now. He's not a Steeler. He's a Cowboy now. George Pickens has some of the best hands in the NFL. And I think he's the best contested catcher in the NFL. Him and Terry McLaurin. I think he's got tremendous ball tracking. He's got a lot of fantastic skills that DK doesn't have. Now, DK is definitely a better, more well-rounded, I think, receiver. I think DK's better just flat out with the ball in his hands. Like, George he's shifty and he can make you miss, but he is still more, he's a strider, whatever. But long story short, he's a Cowboy now. Oh, man, sis in the building, she didn't see the news. Yeah, they announced it like at 6:30 in the morning. It was the first thing I saw when I woke up. I woke up, turned my alarm off, checked my phone, opened my phone. I don't know. I opened up my phone, sports news or whatever the case. First thing I saw this morning to wake up was George Pickens traded to the Cowboys. Adam Schefter's post about Pickens traded to the Cowboys. I said straight up in bed. It was like, you got to be kidding me. Yeah, it happened. It happened today. Yep. I don't know what my Steelers going to do, man. Hold on, Keandre. Hold on now. I got to take nothing. Hold on now. Wait a minute. Keandre, hold on now. Wait a minute. Keandre, Bud beats Canelo handily? That's wild. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, dog. Handily is way too much. Hell no. Handily? He beat Earl handily. You think Bud's gonna beat Canelo like he beat Earl? Because when you say handily, that means it's an ass whooping. And if you say Bud beat Canelo ass, in my mind, that looks like what Bud did to Earl. There's no way. No. And I love Bud. Bud's my favorite fighter. I love Bud, man. I was arguing with my dog Tom that Bud was gonna beat Earl Spence for like 4 years. We argued about it back and forth for like 4 years until that fight finally got made. And then he did. But to say Bud beats Canelo handily? Nah. Because you got to remember one thing here. Canelo has one of the best chins in boxing. He's not getting dropped. He's not getting stopped. I don't think he's getting dropped either. He's not getting dropped or stopped. So I don't think Bud can hurt him. And especially still, we got to remember Bud coming up 2 classes with no work in between. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he can hurt Canelo. Even if Bud was strong at 168, he still couldn't hurt Canelo. Canelo took flush shots to the jaw from Triple G and ate them hoes, bruh. He ate flush shots from Triple G. He fought an older Crusher Kovalev. But still, Even though Kovalev wasn't the same one, he wasn't the same guy. We know in boxing, power is the last thing to leave. George Foreman retired for 30 years, came back, and still could put boys to sleep because the power don't leave. So Kovalev had his power when he fought Canelo. Canelo unfazed. Those are two of the harder punchers over the last, let's say, 10 years of boxing. How many guys punch harder, pound for pound? Like, how many guys punch harder than Triple G and Sergey Crusher Kovalev over the last 10 years? How many guys punch harder than them? And let's leave the heavyweights out. Let's leave Wilder out. You know what I mean? Because it goes without saying. Let's leave those guys out. Heavyweights aside, over the last 10 years, I don't know who's got heavier hands than them two dudes. Canelo took shots from both of them boys, unfazed. So Bud can't hurt him. He's got to outbox him, and he's got to withstand Canelo's power. Because Canelo has power. You know what I'm saying? Canelo has power now. And so, yeah, he hasn't been knocking guys out up, over the last 5-6 years. Doesn't mean them. Hey, look, Canelo still got power as well. And Bud, I love Bud. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really enjoy Bud as a fighter. Right? But, Bud's been touched. And I don't think it's a knock because it's boxing. Everybody gets caught. Most everybody gets caught. You know what I'm saying? So I don't hold it against Bud. But, and I'm not even going to talk about Gamboa back at 35, because Gamboa at 35 had power. And we forget, because Gamboa fought for another 20 years past his prime. Gamboa was an Olympian, gold medal. He was a champion. He was a legit guy. He had real power and speed when Crawford fought him. And so, yeah, he got wobbled. He fought Mean Machine. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He got wobbled. You know what I'm saying? He got stunned a little bit. You know what I mean? So it happens. But no, dog. No, man. Beating Canelo handily, that's out. I can't see that. I can't say, oh, okay, let me see what you said. Let me see what you got. Because you had to explain this to me. So Canelo moved like he was stuck in mud against Skull. That's true. Canelo's legs haven't been the same in quite a while. Because Canelo, he's still younger than Bud, but he's been fighting professionally since like 14. I think Canelo's had like 70 fights, or roughly 70 fights. That's old school type of like output. Like, like guys don't have that many fights anymore. Muhammad Ali had like 70 fights. George Foreman had like 60-some fights. Joe Frazier had like 60-some fights. Sugar Ray Robinson had like 130 fights. Roberto Duran had like 90 fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys don't fight that much anymore. Canelo's got 70 fights. So, like, yeah, he's like 2-3 years younger than Bud. I think he's like 33, 34. But he's got some wear on those tires. So, he doesn't move as well as he used to. But the thing about Canelo, though, is that Canelo has some of the best head movement in boxing. His head movement is still just as sharp as it ever was, though. His legs don't move the same, but his head movement, slipping, his inside defense, that's still top notch. Man, look. Canelo, Usyk, Tyson Fury. I think if you ask me who's got the best head movement in boxing, those are the first three names that popped in my mind. Canelo, Usyk, Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's got fantastic head movement. Usyk does as well. Canelo's got fantastic head movement, bro. And he's a tremendous, like he keeps a high guard, but he's got fantastic defense. Like, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. He's got great timing. He's still a fantastic counterpuncher. Canelo still got the goods, man. I'm not going to lie. Canelo still got the goods. Said Bud moves too well for old man Canelo. But that's what I'm saying. Bro, Canelo's 3 years younger than Bud. Canelo's 3 years younger than Bud. He's just got 30 more fights. But he's 3 years younger than Bud. It's old man Bud, if anything. Now, Bud does move extremely well. And I like that. And Bud, like, I don't know if people talk about it enough. Like, Bud is just as effective, like, countering forward as he is countering backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I think Bud's got fantastic, man. Yeah, Bud's a terrific fighter, dog. I think Bud's one of those guys. Like, in my mind, Bud's a fighter's fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can box. He's got skill. He's a dog. He's a puncher. He's not gonna tuck tail and run. He fights fire with fire. You know what I'm saying? He's a fighter's fighter, dog. So that's what worries me, is because I don't think he can hurt Canelo, and that's nothing against Bud. It's just that it's Canelo. I don't think he can hurt him. He does have a speed advantage for sure. Legs and hands, I think he'll have a speed advantage. And that's one thing in that Earl Spence fight. I think Earl wasn't ready for Bud's hand speed. Earl wasn't ready for Bud's hand speed. His hand speed's underrated, and people don't talk about it enough. He's got damn good hand speed, and he's accurate. And like I said, he can counter left, right. He can counter going back. He can stay in the pocket and counter inside. Bud's a terrific fighter, dog. But yeah, I think you might. I think you may be selling Canelo a little short, bruh. I ain't gonna hold you, man. You don't have to get dropped to get beat up for 10 rounds. And you make a good point, but that's the thing. Like, I don't think he can beat Canelo up. Canelo's not a slouch, dog. You're not gonna beat Canelo up. Like, he's gonna have to win in the exchanges. He's gonna have to get the better of the exchanges without getting caught. Because if he gets caught, he can go down. That's not a knock against Bud, but it's just the truth. If Canelo catches him with a solid enough shot, he's gonna wobble. He'll be stunned. We've seen him stunned before. And like I said, I don't mean it as a diss. Guys get stunned. If you're going to stay in the fire, you put yourself at risk of getting caught. Same thing with Jerron Boots Ennis. He takes some shots now. Jerron takes some flush shots to the jawbone. But he's fighting fire with fire. You know what I mean? He's not running from it. So yeah, you're going to put yourself at risk to do that. And Bud definitely does that. But bruh, I don't know, man. Because Canelo's a terrific inside fighter. Bud, I think one of the best things about Bud, I love his inside fighting. He doesn't need a lot of room or space to get off. You know what I'm saying? He can be sharp. He can be sharp and accurate inside. And he's stronger. He's stronger, just core strength. He's way stronger than you expect. Earl Spence learned that the hard way as well when they locked up. And Bud gave him a shoulder. And Earl flew into the ropes. So he's very strong, but still Canelo's stronger. Because Canelo's been fighting with an extra 20 pounds of muscle for the last 6 years. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, dog. No, hey, for sure. For sure. But that don't mean nothing until he fights Canelo. You know what I mean? It just the styles make the fight, dog, and it's this guy, because Canelo's got what's Canelo's record? Canelo got 50 wins and 30 something KOs, and I think he's only got 2 losses. No, he's got 1 loss, 1 draw. Does anybody know Canelo's record? If I had to guess, I want to say 56 1-1 or something like that. The 1 loss to Floyd, the 1 draw with Triple G. And other than that, I think they've all been wins. Now, arguably, did he lose to Lara? Maybe. Arguably, did he even, you know what I mean? So there's a couple. I think he lost the first Triple G fight. I'm standing on that hill. Canelo lost that first Triple G fight. Facts. He lost that first Triple G fight. And the second fight could have been a draw. But he lost that first one. He lost that first one for sure. Said Canelo has the plant to generate power. Well, I think I'm not gonna say you're wrong, but I think he's just Like he's just 63-2. Well, 63, 2-2. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say I said he had 60 fights. I don't know why I said 56, 1-1. Yeah. But not well, I think like I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, dog. Say Canelo's top 30 all time. Bud may be top 15. Nah, I think you got to switch it because we have to remember, like before Canelo started fighting for prize. Look at Canelo. Let's look at Canelo's resume, dog. Because you're not giving Canelo's resume enough credit. Oh my god, dog. Canelo's got like a dozen names of like real guys. Like Bud is a terrific fighter. The guys he's fought don't compare to the resume of Canelo. Nobody has a better resume in boxing than Canelo. And I'm just talking about not even like like he fought Floyd. Now he lost, he got washed, but he fought him. You know what I'm saying? Like Crusher Kovalev. Now Crusher Kovalev was a little older. Shit, he fought him. You know what I'm saying? Like Caleb Plant's a nice win. Billy Joe Saunders. I wasn't as high on Billy Joe Saunders. So I'm you know what I mean? But the Triple G fights, Erislandy Lara, Miguel Cotto. Shit. Man, who am I missing? Man, look. I'm drawing a blank right now. Canelo's got real bodies on his resume, dog. And Bud, it's not necessarily Bud's fault, but like there wasn't as many big names or guys that have, or the names that he had maybe didn't reach the heights of some of the other opponents that Canelo's have. Like at 35, when Bud was undisputed at 35, no, he was undisputed at 40, 40 and 47. But he fought like Victor Postol, who was a real contender at that time. The Gamboa fight, Gamboa was a legitimate guy at that time, an Olympic gold medalist in his prime. He was a champion. He had real power. You know what I'm saying? He fought. He beat him. Of course, the Earl Spence win. And here's the thing as well: when he got to 47, everybody ran from him. Earl ran from. I ain't gonna say Earl ran from him. Earl avoided him for 3-4 years. Keith Thurman wouldn't fight him. Keith Thurman got injured and kept getting banged up, but he didn't want that smoke, tell you the truth. And I was a Keith Thurman fan. Danny Garcia didn't want no action. So he couldn't get those guys to get in the ring with him. That's why he had to fight Mean Machines, the Kevilauskas and those guys. He fought Joe Horn. That's how he got his title, the WBO title, stopping Joe Horn. Joe Horn, who beat Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't have the bodies. Now, skill and talent-wise, there's not many fighters that are more talented or that are as complete a package as Bud. I'll agree with you there. But if we're talking resume, Canelo's got a fantastic resume. My dog Carey said, come September, he got a dub on Crawford for the dub. Hey, no, I'm pulling for Crawford, dog. I'm team Crawford. I gotta be real though, bro. It's not gonna be a walk in the park. Like if he wins, in my mind, Bud Crawford has to win. If he wins this fight, it's a split decision. Because Canelo's gonna pack his judge with him. So Canelo's got one in the tuck. Canelo's got that PBC judge on lock. The same judge that gave him 9 rounds against Bivol, the same judge that gave him 11 rounds against William Skull. You know what I mean? That judge, one of those is going to be with Canelo wherever he goes. So it's going to have to be a split decision. Now, can Bud fight a perfect fight, a masterclass level fight, and get the win via split decision, 7-5? I think he can. Because he is a fantastic fighter. But it had to be perfect execution, flawless execution. It had to be a masterclass performance. And Bud is capable of doing that. So, like, I do think Bud can win that fight. He's the underdog, and I think he's a legitimate underdog, though. That's all I'm saying. I think he's legitimately the underdog. That's all I'm saying. Man, yeah, man. Bud beating Canelo handily, bro. That was wild, dog. Hey, that was wild, man. You gotta put a little bit more respect on you gotta put a little bit more respect on Canelo's name, Brody. You gotta put a little bit more respect on Canelo's name, broski. And honestly, I can't even think of Canelo's resume right now because like he's got, man, Canelo's probably got like 6 or 7 like Hall of Fame caliber bodies on his resume. You know what I'm saying? Like 6 or 7 guys that are gonna be Hall of Famers. Did he fight Sugar Shane Mosley? It would have been an older Sugar Shane Mosley, but did he fight Sugar Shane Mosley at like 54? Dog, Canelo's got some bodies, dog. Canelo's got some bodies, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I can't go that far, man. I can't go that far. But hey, man, hey, y'all better talk to me, man. We about an hour and a half in. Yeah, man, it felt good, man. It felt good getting back in the mix, talking boxing with, you know what I'm saying, with the fam. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Does anybody got anything else before we go ahead and wrap this thing on up, man? You better speak now or forever hold your peace. You better speak now or forever hold your peace. Holler at me while you got a chance. Holler at me while you got a chance, man. But nah, I'm telling you, bro. I'm with you, though. I'm pulling for Bud, no doubt. But I'm telling you, it's going to be 7-5, 7-5, and then it'll be like a 118. It's going to be like a 118. No, it'll be a 118, 110. Because Canelo's judge is going to be in pocket, man. It'll be 2 7-5s and then a 118, 110 for Canelo. Bud's gonna have to win by split decision. He'd have to, bro. He can't hurt him, dog. That's the thing about it. I just cannot imagine him hurting him. And I think he's gonna, like, Bud's taking his time. He's putting on the weight. I think he's gonna put on damn good weight because he's not rushing. And that was the downfall of Roy Jones, man. And Roy Jones is my favorite fighter of all time. Huge Roy Jones fan, dog. But going up to heavyweight to fight John Ruiz, winning the heavyweight title. And then, because he went up and he put on, it was all solid weight. Because Roy Jones Jr. was already chiseled. He was 175 pounds. He probably had less than 6% body fat. Comfortably. Shredded. Then he put on like 20, 25-ish pounds of muscle when he fought John Ruiz. Because I don't even know how heavy he got. I think he went up to like, I don't know if he was even as heavy as like 205. Let's say maybe he went up to 200, 205. That's 25, 30 pounds, but it was pounds of muscle. He was still ripped at heavyweight. Then he went back down, fought Tarver, to fight Tarver, but now you've got to lose 30 pounds of muscle. So the whole thing about a weight cut is you cutting the fat. You know what I mean? So, like, let's say if a boxer has 20 pounds to lose come fight night, well, 12 of those are fat. 5 of those are going to wash off in the first week because it's water anyway. You know what I mean? And so, like, shredding that last 5, 6, 7, 8 pounds, that's what takes, because there's no looseness left. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're already in shape, you fit. So, like, Roy had to lose like 20, 30 pounds of muscle. He was never the same. So Bud, an advantage that Bud has is that the fight has been talked about and there's so much time in advance that Bud's getting a chance to take his time and put on that weight the right way. But even still, it's going to be unproven on fight night. Bud's going to break his 168-pound cherry against Canelo. Like, dog, imagine your first heavyweight fight being against Tyson. Like, come on, dog. Like, that's a tall order. I don't give a damn who it is. I don't care who it is. Like, imagine Floyd Mayweather, like, coming up 2-3 classes to fight Andre Ward. Like, it don't matter that it's Floyd, dog. Dog, you're going up against a guy, a real one. And he's comfortable at this weight. You in his house. It's your first time. You don't know what 160. You don't know what it feels like to throw a 168-pound jab, let alone receive a 168-pound jab. You know what I'm saying? So like those are all disadvantages, man, that we're gonna have to find out on the fly, like how Bud adjusts. Now, Bud being the guy he is, I don't expect nothing but the best. I expect him to show up and be the guy that I expect him to be. He's still gonna be smart. He's gonna be tactical. He's gonna have great, excellent footwork. He's gonna work angles. He's going to have good hand speed, accurate punches. But can he hurt Canelo? I doubt it. I don't think so, bro. Kovalev couldn't hurt him. Triple G couldn't hurt him. Miguel Cotto couldn't hurt him. I doubt it. You know what I mean? I doubt it. Can he win those exchanges on the inside? I don't think so, man. Canelo's an excellent inside fighter. And he's stronger than you in there. He's the stronger fighter in there. Bud's a hell of an inside fighter. He's stronger than most opponents inside. Because he's built wiry. People don't realize how strong he is, especially in his core. Earl didn't know. Earl learned that the hard way. Most everybody that gets in there with him does. Sean Porter ain't no exception. You know what I mean? So, but he doesn't have that advantage. He won't have that to fall back on against Canelo, dog. I don't know, man. So that means he's gonna have to win this fight roughly from the outside. Realistically, he's going to have to win this fight from the outside, but he's going to have to like pick and choose his spots because he's not going to beat Canelo just pot shotting him from the outside. So he is going to have to get in the kitchen, and he's going to have to find a way to, man, it's going to have to be a flawless masterclass style performance, dog, because he's going to have to get in the kitchen, and he's going to have to find a way to get the better of those exchanges or get in and get out before, you know what I'm saying, before he catches something. And that's a tall order. Because Canelo's a terrific inside fighter, an excellent counterpuncher. Even with Bud's movement and his ability to move and use angles and his agility, Canelo's a fantastic. Canelo can cut the ring off probably better than anybody in boxing. Who cuts the ring better than Canelo? You know what I'm saying? So you can't get away from him. Like, I don't know, dog. It's a tall order, man. It's a tall order. It's a tall order, but I can't wait to see it. I'm pulling for Bud, though, bruh. I'm with you. I'm pulling for Bud for sure. But no, it's a tall order, man. It's a tall order. But be that as it may, man, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, man. We had about an hour and a half in, man. Good conversation, good talk. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. If you didn't see the Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn fight, get on your YouTubes, go check it out. If you're a real boxing fan, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not gonna be disappointed. Matter of fact, if you watch the fight, holla at me. Let me know. Hey, Willie, boy, you wasn't lying, boy. They was fighting their ass off, boy. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, Willie. Hey, bro. Hey, that's one of them ones, bro. I'm telling you. If Hagler and Hearns would have lasted 12 rounds, it'd have been Chris Eubank versus Conor Benn. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That was the style of boxing match of war that was. Imagine if Hearns Hagler went the full 12, man. If Hearns Hagler went the distance. That's what I'm telling you. That's what y'all missed out on. Okay? That's what you missed out on. If y'all been watching boxing as long as me, if you remember Keith Thurman versus Sean Porter, that style of war. That style of matchup. Back and forth. Fire with fire. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all missed. Y'all missed one of them ones if you didn't see it, man. Go watch it and holler at your dog and let me know what you think, man. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and wind it on down. But before we get out of here, y'all know what time it is. Time for that real member roll call, man. Shout out to all the dogs in the building. First one through the door today was Sis. She said, what's up to the RBT family? I appreciate you as always. Mom Dukes was second one in the door today. I appreciate you, lady. Have a blessed show as always. I will do. My dog Keandre, captain of the ship, came in. Held me down, man. I appreciate you as always, big bro. Or little bro. Excuse me, man. You little bro. You ain't big bro. I was finna say what's up to big cuz. My cousin TC came in. Hollered at me, man. I appreciate you as always, big dog. My dog Tom came in this thing. Hollered at me, man. I appreciate you, bruh. My dog D-Will, man. Hey, Central CMU's finest, man. We in the building, bruh. Shout out to my dog Derek, man. He came in and hollered at you, dog, man. I appreciate you. My dog BP came in this thing. I'm going to tap in with you, big dog. I appreciate you as always, man. And y'all know what's going on, man. I'm looking for you. Oh, man, my dog Miles came in the building. I can't leave without thanking my dog Miles for hollering hollering at your homeboy, man. I appreciate you. Ooh, excuse me. But other than that, y'all know what time it is. We say the same thing every show. Feel free to say it with me at home. If I forgot to say your name, hey, damn. Hey, man. Hey, that's my bad. But charge it to my head and don't charge it to my heart. You know I'm thinking about you, big dog. Appreciate all the love and support as always, man. This is a good time. Like I said, man, we in that dead zone, man. NFL season's out. Is in the off season right now. NBA playoffs is going on. So I'm actually, I'm picking up my NBA now. I normally wait till the playoffs to really lock in with the NBA. And so I'm gonna be tapping in there. I don't know if I probably won't go live talking about it, but yeah, man, outside of major NFL news or saying some fights coming up for sure. I know the next one on everybody's docket is gonna be September, Bud and Canelo, but we got a lot of downtime in between then, so can't wait to see what type of matchups that maybe we're able to get. But other than that, man, y'all have fun, be safe. I appreciate it as always. Stay locked in, man. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for your dog, man, because this time of year, the shows, when we get on here and kick it with each other, it's going to be real sporadic, you know what I mean? Just because there's just not a lot of news or not a lot of things going on. So hit that notification bell, man, so you can be tapped in with your dog, man, when we find the occasion to get in here and do what we got to do. But other than that, y'all have fun, y'all be safe, enjoy the rest of y'all night. I appreciate y'all as always. Peace. Peace.